How much money do you need to retire? How much money do you need to have in your pension fund to be able to retire? That's the question I have contemplated and thought about and researched for so many years. And in this video, I'm going to show you my decision, my actual budget. I used all sorts of calculations online to figure out this magical number, this number that would allow me to retire as soon as possible. But then I realized there isn't any. There's no magic number, there's no magical limit, there's no magic threshold. It all boils down to what do you require, what do you need in order to live a life. And you can yourself decide if you want to just survive. What do you want to survive on? How much is enough for you? That's something that we all need to decide for ourselves. And when I figured that out, it became so much easier. You need to find that sweet spot where you have enough money, because you need that. You have enough money to be able to pay your bills. But there's also a sweet spot where you sort of meet your deadline, the time that you say, it's enough now. I just need to retire now, no matter how little or how much I have in my pension fund. This is my time. I am at that spot now. I'm not going to be rich in retirement, but I have enough so I can pay my bills and put food on the table. And I have decided that that is enough for me. I would like to travel a lot. I would like to travel all over the world. There are many places in the world that I have not seen, of course. But I'm not willing to work any longer. I'm not willing to work more, to be able to save up more, to travel to those places. I'm done. So when I'm sharing this budget with you, it's important to note that the budget is about choices. So my choices may not be your choices. There are a few things that you may find odd or strange. I will not have a car, for example. I cannot afford to have a car on my pension. I own a car now, but I need to sell it in a few weeks in order to retire. I cannot pay back the loan or the cost of having that car, because it's very expensive in Norway. This is the estimated budget. I do not know the exact amount yet. And if you wonder why that is, I'm going to make a companion video to this one, explaining all the ins and outs of Norwegian pension, if you're interested. But for now, this is my pension. It may be higher than that, but it's not going to be any lower. And my pension per month after taxes is 28,000 Norwegian kroners. And that is $2,925 US, or 2,538 euros. And that is not a big amount in Norway. That is not a big amount in Norway, and wherever you are, it may not be something that you could live on either. Or you may think that 28,000 is a fortune. We all have different circumstances and we live different places. But here in Oslo, that is rather low. But I will be able, and as you will see, quite capable of living fulfilled life with that amount of money. I just need to be careful about it. So my living expenses is 12,000 a month, and that is the combination of mortgage and the cost of living in my apartment. I do not only pay mortgage that I have on a loan that I have taken, but I also pay for a loan that this corporate housing has loaned. Yes, and that is 12,000, and that may seem like a lot. But in Oslo, that is rather cheap. I would not be able to just rent another apartment for that amount of money. So my living expenses, my living costs for this apartment is 12,000, and 7,000 of those is my share of the shared debt for the cooperative, because I live in a cooperative housing. I think that will also be in this upcoming video explaining a few Norwegian things. All right, so living expenses is 12,000. Electricity, living in Norway, I need electricity, and that is 1,000 a month. And some months that will be lower during the summer months, and during the winter months it will be higher, and hopefully not too much higher. I hope it will be enough. And 1,000 a month is around $104 or 90 euros. And then I need to put money into my savings accounts. And savings accounts are not really savings accounts long term, but they are more sinking funds. So I have an emergency fund, I have a fund for clothes, I have a fund for my apartment, and I also try to put away some money for projects and Etsy and possibly later on Shopify, for example, or material for marketing or material for markets that I'm going to do. And that is 2,400 Norwegian kroner a month. And that is approximately $250 or 217 euros. And then I have all my subscriptions. I subscribe to a few things. I have paper, not a physical paper, not a paper, but an online paper. I need that. And a few other things that I need to be subscribed to. And that is 800 Norwegian crowns. And that is actually too much. I need to see if I can lower that amount a bit. 800 is 83 US dollars or 72 euros. And then, of course, what we all need is phone and internet. Yeah, that is 900. And that is $94.81 euros. And I cannot do so much with that. I just need to pay that. And then I have insurance. That is for my home. That is 500 euros, and it's that may be too little. I think I need to increase that a bit because I need home insurance and I also need travel insurance for me and also for my son. What I do not have is, what I will not have is a car. I need to sell my car before I retire because I will not be able to pay for that car from my pension. And that is a great sorrow for me. Yeah, but I can't do anything about that. It's just too costly for me. My car costs me 9,000 Norwegian kroner a month, and that is just too much. And it doesn't make any financial sense, even on a single income like mine. But that was a choice I made for 5 years ago. I will make a video about that, I think. But for now, I will not be able to have a car. Now, in many places that would be impossible, and in many places in Norway that would be difficult, if not impossible. But I live in the capital city, and the public transportation is very good. So I can walk out from my apartment and be down in the center on this railway station in about 35 minutes, and that's not bad. And then I have access to all the things that a major city have access to. So I will be able to live with that, I hope, but it will be some time getting used to, I'm sure. Yeah. Yes, that's insurance. Food now. 4,500 Norwegian kroners in food per month, $470 and 407 euros. And that may sound very little, and it is. I hope that my pension will be a bit higher than 28,000, so that I will be able to increase that amount a bit. But yeah, it's possible. It is quite possible. And in that sum, that total amount, I include all the things that you usually also buy, like toilet paper and dishwasher tablets and so on. So yeah, but it will be difficult. But here comes the priorities. I have set up a budget for entertainment, and that's not only for movies, etc., but that is also for those times where I want to go out and have a coffee with friends. And that is important to me. And that should be higher than it is. It's now in my budget is 500 Norwegian kroners, and that's not enough, I think. And that is $52 and 45 euros. A movie costs $500 will get me a movie ticket and some popcorn. And then maybe a coffee and a cinnamon bun. Yeah. And then I have used that budget for that month. So I want to increase that if I may. Yeah. And then there's another thing on my budget that I want to increase, and that is all the personal and my hobbies. And as we all know, hobbies are expensive. And I create a lot. I work a lot with creative stuff, and I need my creative things to be able to live a fulfilled life. And that is very important to me. And when I thought about the food budget for the food, I am willing to go down on that to be able to buy a tube of paint, right? So it's all about priorities. I need to learn how to live cheaper with food. My personal and hobbies, that also is 500 a month, and $52 and or 45 euros. And then I have transport. So not owning a car, but just public transport. That will be around 1,000 Norwegian kroners a month. And included in that is one taxi, perhaps, or a subscription to a shared carpool. That may be a solution that I found reasonable or smart for me. I do not know. But if it's only the public transportation, that is 600 Norwegian crowns a month. So not bad. And then I have access to within the city limits. So 1,000 Norwegian crowns a month is $104 or 90 euros. I find that hard to say. So, and then comes the miscellaneous, and that is 3,900 a month. There's always something. There's always something. I have not calculated in the amount I pay for my cat. He needs a lot of things. He needs food, he needs wet food, he needs filter for his water fountain, and etc., etc. So he's a kind of costly guy. And then there's always extra. You are invited someplace. I need to have something for the hostess, for example. I can make something, but everybody has received so many things from me, so I don't know if I have any ideas left for things that I do not have received before. Yeah, there's always something. So miscellaneous is all those things that you are not able to account for beforehand. And that is $407 or 353 euros. And that's my budget. That comes to 28,000 Norwegian kroners. And I will be able to live with that. I will be able to live comfortably with that amount of money, I think, if I'm just careful. And if nothing bad happens with all the appliances, the freezer or the refrigerator or the dishwasher or my washing machine, all those big large things, I will be okay living with that. I hope. I will share my experiences with you here on this channel. I have 6 weeks until retirement. I have 1 week left of vacation now, and then I start to work for 5 weeks, and then I'm done. I am done. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I sort of go between being terribly excited and looking forward to it, and to be dreading what is going to happen in the 6 weeks. So yeah, tell me what you think. Do you think this budget is something that you could live with or not? Let me hear from you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.